Happiness is measured by how satisfied people are with their lives. Nearly 1 million Dutch households will be living below poverty line in 2023. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hi, my name is Josephine. I'm a YouTuber based in the Netherlands, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Okay, thank you guys for all your love and support. It means so much to me. Okay guys, so a few days ago the World Happiness Report for 2023 was released, and the Netherlands ranked top 5 amongst the happiest countries in the world yet again. So in this video we'll be having that conversation. Are people in the Netherlands really happy and satisfied with their lives, and how did this report come up with these numbers and all of that? So we'll be having this conversation and much more in this video. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on with this video. Okay guys, before we even get into the nitty-gritty of this video, I have 2 questions for you. Okay, the first one is, what does happiness mean to you? Okay, how do you define or quantify happiness from your own perspective? Okay, and then the second question is, what or who makes you really happy? I'm very excited to see all your responses. Please let me know in the comment section your own answer to these questions. Okay, all right guys, to be honest, when I saw this report I was a bit surprised. Okay, not because I don't think that the Netherlands is a beautiful country or is a really nice country. It's just because in the past few years it has really been a difficult time for a lot of Dutchies and also immigrants who live in the Netherlands. First of all, the cost of living skyrocketed to start with last year, and it has remained high ever since then, which has made it really difficult for so many households. As a matter of fact, a report released by CPB just this month showed that nearly 1 million Dutch households will be living below poverty line in 2023. Again, expats in the Netherlands are one of the loneliest people in the world. There has also been some protests by farmers here in the Netherlands. They're protesting against the government policy regarding sustainability and farming here in the Netherlands that is going to really affect their business. So having considered all these things, one would wonder, like, how on earth did the Netherlands manage to still maintain top 5 amongst the happiest countries in the world? Anyway, according to this report, okay, happiness is measured by how satisfied people are with their lives. Okay, and immediately I read that description, it sort of made sense to me, because yeah, despite what is happening in the Netherlands, it's possible that the Dutch people are still satisfied with their lives regardless, and that has to do with not necessarily the challenges that have been faced, but their ability to still remain excited, still remain happy, still remain content regardless of the challenges that they faced. Okay guys, so this report ranked the happiness in different countries based on 6 indicators. Okay, income, social support, healthy life expectancy, generosity, freedom to make life choices, and the final one is perception of corruption. Okay, now let's look at income. Okay, they assess the income of different countries based on their GDP per capita. The Netherlands ranked 15th in world rankings based on GDP per capita. They're actually among the top 5 countries with the highest GDP per capita here in Europe, and their GDP per capita in Europe is about 1.5 times higher than the European average. So yeah, the Netherlands ranks quite high in terms of GDP per capita in world rankings. Okay, now the next indicator that they use is social support, which in turn translates to having someone to count on or having someone to rely on. Even if you don't have that family support system, okay, the mental health care here in the Netherlands is quite good and is covered by basic health insurance as long as you have a prescription from the doctor. So because of that, I think, yeah, it makes sense that the Netherlands would rank high in this indicator. The next indicator was healthy life expectancy, and this was classified under both physical and mental health care. Okay, the healthcare system here in the Netherlands is quite good. In my opinion, I see it as expensive a little bit just because I've lived in the UK and healthcare was free in the UK. However, in the Netherlands, you do pay for your health insurance every month, and for me, I pay about 150 euros every month, okay, which in my opinion is quite high. It's not that affordable. However, I do think that the healthcare system here in the Netherlands is quite good. At least I don't have to queue up for months and months to be able to see my GP. No, I can easily get an appointment to see my GP at least here in the Netherlands within a day or two. Actually, a 2021 report that was published by the Common Health Fund, where they analyzed the healthcare of 11 top countries in the world, the Netherlands ranked second, just behind Norway. So yeah, in terms of world ranking, the Dutch healthcare is also very good. Hey guys, so the next indicator that they showed here is generosity. And when I saw that one, I was like, ooh, because Dutchies are not necessarily known to be the most generous people in the world, okay? In fact, they are known to be more prudent with their money, more prudent with their spending and all of that. However, when I read through the report, I saw that the generosity they were talking about is mostly giving your money for a good cause. And this is something I know the Dutchies tend to do a lot. For instance, during the earthquake in Turkey, a lot of Dutch families contributed, to help with that. So I think Dutchies are open to giving as long as it's for a good cause and they feel like their money would definitely help to make someone else's life better somewhere. Now, the next indicator that was used is one that I think is really important, and that's the freedom to make choices, okay? The Netherlands is more or less an egalitarian society, so people are more or less treated equally, okay? Here in the Netherlands, even the opinions of children matter, okay? So children are allowed to voice their opinion. Children are allowed to make, to some extent, their choices and all of that. The culture and environment promotes, freedom of choice. It allows people to know, to make their decision as to what they want to be, how they want to contribute to the society. Now, the last indicator that this report used is perception of corruption. So according to this report, there's a correlation between, unhappiness and corruption. People from countries where the governments are less corrupt tend to trust their governments more, which in turn makes them happier people. In terms of world ranking, the Netherlands ranks low when it comes to government corruption, which means that more people trust the government a bit more in comparison to other countries. Now, I don't know if this is entirely true, especially in recent years where I've heard people, have more doubt in the government. But yeah, do let me know what you think in the comment section. But I think in general, or in comparison to other countries, the corruption in the government here in the Netherlands is not as high. So yeah, that was the last indicator that the report considered. And I think it's quite interesting. That brings me to the question, do you think that happiness is mostly influenced by external factors? Because I think the study focused mostly on external factors, the environment, the government, standard of living, more or less. Do you think that happiness is really, really dependent on only these factors? In my opinion, I don't think so. There are so many other factors that determine people's happiness. One other factor I think is very important is tenacity, which describes someone's ability to withstand difficult situations or someone's ability to see hope in hopeless situations. And I think there are so many countries in the world that do not have a lot of the development that you get to see in some of the Western countries. However, you find some people in those countries do have tenacity, do have they're hopeful against all hope, and still find a way to remain happy regardless of the situation of the country. So I think happiness is not necessarily always an external thing. I don't think happiness is determined only by external situations. Some people do have the best of situations around them, but they still don't feel content about their lives. Yeah, do let me know what you think in the comment section. That's one thing that I feel is lacking in this report. Also, guys, there are two factors within the Dutch culture that I think have really contributed to the Netherlands being one of the happiest countries in the world that this article or report did not mention. The culture doesn't thrive on comparison or keeping up with the Joneses or public display of affluence, okay? People are naturally content, I would say, at least that's what it looks like, with where they are, putting in the effort and, making their ends meet and minding their business. They're not really concerned about, how other people, how much other people are making, or how other people's lives are significantly better than theirs. I think a culture that has contentment as one of its core values would produce people that are happier, because one of the things that robs joy is comparison. I know this because in Nigeria our culture is very comparative. I would say it's very normal for us to compare ourselves with each other. From childhood, your parents would most likely compare you with every other kid in the class and tell you things like, why can't you be the first? Why can't you be the best student in class? The other students, do they have 2 heads? Do they have 3 heads? And stuff like that. So it's very normal in my Nigerian culture for us to compare ourselves with each other. It's very normal for us to keep up with the Joneses, try to live better than the other person, or try to display our affluence to show that we are doing better than the people around us. Is very normal, but this is not something I've seen in the Dutch culture, and I think because of this it has helped in producing people that are happier, because comparison, in my opinion, is a thief of joy. Okay, now another thing within the culture that I think has also helped in producing happy Dutchies, okay, is the Dutch culture is not a people-pleasing culture. Okay, the Dutch people are known all over the world for their directness. Okay, they say things as they are. They like to be honest and direct in their opinions and their approach towards dealing with any situations. Dutchies are not afraid to step on your toes as long as they're being honest and they are on their right. They are not afraid to step on your toes. I think because the Dutch culture is not a people-pleasing culture, it also takes out that pressure on people to live their lives to please other people. Okay, and I think that makes individuals happy. I think one of the best ways to live an unhappy life is to try to please everyone around you. So if you have a culture that doesn't thrive in people pleasing, that actually encourages people to air their opinion and be honest in their conversations, then I think that type of culture would definitely produce people that are happier, people that are honest, people that are that don't feel like they have so much in their mind, or they have to pretend their way through life, right? Another final thing I think within the Dutch culture that has really helped to produce happy people is the work culture here in the Netherlands. Okay, people are not out here to work until they die. No, there is a designated time that you've assigned them to work, and they will do their best to work efficiently within that time frame, and after that they go home. So this type of culture at least helps to an extent to create a work-life balance, to an extent at least, and this helps to produce individuals who are happier with their lives. In my opinion, I think Dutch people are generally happier, in my opinion. However, bear in mind that I've only lived in Nigeria and in the UK, and from my experience I see the people here in the Netherlands to have more balanced life. They feel like they have more control over their lives, and that in turn makes them more satisfied with their lives. Let me put it that way. So that's my opinion anyway. In general, I may be wrong. Okay, so do let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you think that this ranking gives a correct or true depiction of the happiness within countries? Do you think it's flawed, or do you think it's accurate? Do let me know in the comment section whether you think the people in the Netherlands are actually satisfied with their lives and they are happy. At least start from you. Let me know, are you satisfied with your life here in the Netherlands? Do you think most people living in the Netherlands are satisfied with their lives, regardless of the challenges that we faced in the past years? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm very curious to know. Okay, so this is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. It will mean so much to me. Okay, thank you guys once again, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.